Hello, my name is Maya Saunders. Today I will be discussing the research I conducted throughout Dr. Strangelove's CMN1160 course, specifically during the time of a pandemic. To begin, I'd like to introduce myself a bit more and give a bit more insight into not only myself, but also my biases. Once again, my name is Maya Saunders. Here's a photo of myself. I'm a white female with long blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm 18 years old and I am a first year student at the University of Ottawa studying communications. I am Canadian. I was born in Canada and I've been living here my whole life. I am also of British and Irish descent, with traces of French and German as well. I also grew up in a Christian household. We were not strictly Christian, but I was baptized at a young age and we did attend church on occasions such as Christmas Eve. I grew up in an English-speaking household, but I learned French and took French immersion throughout school. Therefore, I am bilingual and I consider myself a Franco-Ontarian. I grew up in Ottawa, Ontario with my older sister and my mom and dad. I am also heterosexual. I have a boyfriend who I've been dating for 3.5 years, and here's a photo of my family and my boyfriend. I also grew up participating in numerous sports such as soccer, gymnastics, and synchronized swimming. And this photo on the far right here is actually a photo from one of my teams a few years ago at one of our competitions. And my zodiac sign is a Taurus. I was born in late April. All of these aspects truly define who I am. They allow for a better understanding and deeper insight into who I am, how I grew up, and the things that I like, which can all relate to my character, my personality, the world that I live in, and how I perceive the world around me. By distinguishing my biases, I was able to conduct more thorough and in-depth research for my research project, considering the main subject of my project was myself. Many of the contents of my project was based on my own personal experiences. I collected and organized my data through weekly field reports that I completed over the course of 10 weeks. Once again, a lot of my findings and my data was related to my personal experiences, but more specifically in regard to the media. I discussed certain topics that really established my relationship with the media, such as the social media accounts that I use, how often I use them, the devices I use to explore media, and etc., which truly opened my eyes to how reliant and how attached I am to the media and how addicted I am, and not only myself, but modern society is truly reliant on media today. Although the majority of my data derived from my personal experiences, I also got significant information from Dr. Strangelove's lectures on different topics such as climate change, and I also spoke with my parents to compare my media world to theirs. I conducted all of my research at my field site, which was my home in Ottawa, Ontario, due to being at home because of the pandemic, but more specifically my bedroom. I mainly perform my research at my desk. It has my computer and my school books. But from time to time, I would also conduct some of my research in my bed. I organized my data by highlighting certain words within my field reports that corresponded with the themes under my coding charts. My coding charts consisted of certain themes such as media, devices, people, feelings, companies, politics, platforms, and sports. One of the patterns that I noticed in my coding chart is that a lot of the words that had higher totals also carry a significant role within my everyday life. Social media was coded frequently under my media category, given that social media plays such a huge role in my life. I use social media every day to entertain myself, to connect with friends, and just to see what everyone's doing. This can also tie into the platforms category of my coding chart, considering that Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok were coded most frequently throughout my field reports, and as you can see here, they take up the majority of my screen time. I also noticed that under the people category, words such as friends and family were frequently coded, given that both my friends and my family play a huge role and have a huge impact within my life. It didn't come as a surprise to me that under the feelings category, there was a variety of emotions, given that this whole pandemic has been full of ups and downs. Although it did come as a surprise to me that the word phone was not one of the most frequently coded words under the media category, even though my phone plays such a huge role in my life and I use it every day. Although the context of my study was specifically related to myself and my media world, one of my main findings relates to how media-driven today's society is. Society as a whole is so attached and addicted to technology, especially our cell phones. This not only allows people to become completely distracted from the real world, but we are also exposed to toxic environments, for example, through cases of cyberbullying, and we are often manipulated through corporate media. Although I found that the media can be harmful, it can also benefit society through connection and entertainment. Thank you for listening.